Imagine a world where every decision you make is already predetermined. No choices, no consequences, just a fixed path laid out for you since the beginning of time. This is the concept of determinism. Determinism suggests that everything in the universe, including human actions, follows a set path dictated by prior states. In this view, our sense of making choices is merely an illusion, as every action and event is a consequence of previous events governed by the laws of nature. The paradox of free will lies in our deeply ingrained belief that we are autonomous agents capable of making our own decisions. Philosophers have debated this paradox for centuries, seeking to reconcile our experience of choice with a universe that might be entirely deterministic. One of the earliest proponents of this debate was the ancient Greek philosopher, Aristotle, who introduced the concept of potentiality and actuality, suggesting that while some events are determined, others can occur in multiple ways. Fast forward to the 17th century, and we encounter René Descartes, who famously proclaimed, "I think, therefore I am." Descartes believed in the separation of mind and body, suggesting that while our physical bodies might follow deterministic laws, our minds possess a kind of freedom. This dualistic approach offered a way to preserve free will in a deterministic framework, but it raised more questions than it answered. In the same era, Baruch Spinoza argued for a more radical form of determinism, suggesting that everything, including human actions, is a result of divine causality. According to Spinoza, free will is an illusion as we are simply unaware of the causes driving our actions. This view was further developed by Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, who introduced the idea of a pre-established harmony where every event is predetermined by a divine plan, yet we perceive our actions as free because we do not see the full picture. Moving into the 18th century, Immanuel Kant offered a different perspective. Kant proposed that while the natural world operates under deterministic laws, humans, as rational beings, are capable of moral freedom. According to Kant, we act according to principles we impose upon ourselves, thus exercising free will within a deterministic universe. This idea of moral autonomy has influenced much of modern philosophy and continues to be a central theme in the free will debate. In the 20th century, the advent of quantum mechanics revolutionized our understanding of the universe and introduced new dimensions to the free will discussion. At the subatomic level, particles do not follow deterministic paths but instead exist in states of probability. This principle is famously encapsulated in Werner Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, which states that we cannot simultaneously know the exact position and momentum of a particle. This inherent randomness at the quantum level suggests that not all events are predetermined, opening the door for the possibility of free will. Niels Bohr, one of the pioneers of quantum mechanics, introduced the concept of complementarity, which suggests that particles can exhibit both particle-like and wave-like behavior depending on how they are observed. This duality introduces a level of unpredictability that challenges classical determinism. According to Bohr, the act of observation itself influences the outcome, implying that the universe is not entirely deterministic. As we delve deeper into quantum mechanics, we encounter the phenomenon of quantum entanglement, where particles become interconnected in such a way that the state of one particle instantaneously influences the state of another, regardless of distance. This interconnectedness hints at a complex web of interactions that defy classical deterministic models. The implications of quantum mechanics for free will are profound. If the universe operates with a degree of randomness at the fundamental level, then our actions might not be entirely predetermined. Some scientists and philosophers argue that this randomness provides a space for free will to exist, as our decisions could be influenced by these probabilistic events. However, not everyone agrees. Some argue that randomness does not equate to free will, as random events are still not under our control. The challenge remains to reconcile the apparent randomness of quantum mechanics with our experience of making conscious choices. Recent advances in neuroscience further complicate the picture. Experiments by neuroscientist Benjamin Libet in the 1980s suggested that our brains make decisions milliseconds before we become consciously aware of them. This finding led some to question whether free will is merely an illusion, with our conscious mind taking credit for decisions already made by our subconscious processes. Yet, other researchers argue that the delay observed by Libet does not negate free will, but instead reflects a more complex decision-making process involving both conscious and subconscious elements. The brain's ability to process information at multiple levels might allow for a form of free will that is compatible with both determinism and randomness. As we explore these intricate ideas, we begin to see that the paradox of free will is not a straightforward problem with a simple solution. It is a rich tapestry of philosophical thought and scientific discovery, woven together by centuries of inquiry. Whether we are truly free or following a predetermined path, the quest to understand our nature continues to inspire and challenge us. In the end, the paradox of free will invites us to reflect on what it means to be human. It encourages us to question our assumptions, explore new frontiers of knowledge, and embrace the complexity of our existence. As we navigate this labyrinth of ideas, we are reminded that the journey itself, with all its twists and turns, is a testament to our enduring curiosity and the unquenchable thirst for understanding that defines the human spirit.